Come on, boys.
Yep.
I almost go. I'd go, but he's elbowing me.
I can't bring.
Yep.
Hang on.
This is absolutely the biggest fish that's been on this boat.
This thing's huge.
Last season was tough. It was, especially the beginning of the year, it was a rather challenging start to the season, I would say. Things were a little bit behind schedule, at least in my opinion, from what we've seen the last couple years. We knew in this particular trip that weather would probably be a challenge, and not necessarily bad weather, too nice of weather. We didn't necessarily know what we'd be doing once we're up there. We always go out, we really like to fish the kite. One of the more effective tactics that just always works when the conditions are right. The balloon rig, it's a tool that you ought to have in your back pocket for those days when, maybe the kite won't work, they're not biting on the troll. Another thing to try, right? It still presents a flyer. It's just one of those classic days that we love to share with you guys where we did something a little bit different and it worked. I'll show you guys how to rig that here in a minute, but I'll let you check out the video. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back at the end here. So, well, welcome back. Been quite the uneventful year, but we are about 4:30. We're headed out of the harbor here. We are gonna make a long run here, run through the night, and try to get out to the bluefin grounds here and try to catch the big bluefin. We are equipped for anything and everything. Lucas didn't even make it out of the harbor, as you'll see here.
Yes, special guest.
He's awake.
We got Liver King Jr. over here. Look at those gaps. Ready to catch a big one this trip?
I'm ready. We're so ready. We got. If we don't get it, it wasn't a lack of prepared. Yeah, we very well prepared. We have enough fresh water for everybody to take 3 showers a day.
We've got, I think, 2 of everything or more on this boat, so it won't be for lack of gear, lack of effort, time. We're giving it hell on this one. So
I think it took 10 dock carts. 10 dock carts to load the boat. At a 23-foot boat with 4 guys.
People probably wonder how we do this with on a smaller boat. We're on a 23 Parker here. We've got about 140 gallons of gas, a little bit less than that, but what we typically do when we're running out to Tanner, Cortez, or the Outer Banks, or wherever we're going, if it's far, we typically leave, the night before. We're getting an early start today, but we run real slow on the way out, 10 knots, 10 miles an hour, get somewhere in that zone, and we're able to get, 3-4 miles to the gallon that way. And we do bring extra gas. We can make the trip running out and back, but this gives us a little bit of breathing room, and if we end up trolling, end up doing something different than the kite where we're burning more gas or need to make a move that gives us, there's a nice patty right there. You want to look at it?
Yeah, let's go look at it.
We're gonna look at this patty. The idea here is we are gonna try to do a little patty fishing this evening. See if we can get a couple Dorado. We got Lucas on board, the dog, so worst case scenario, if these things have lockjaw, as they often do early in the season when they first show up, we'll send the dog in and have him shoot a couple for us. You can see him waking up here.
The hunting dog.
He heard it. Heard us talking about him. So
25 miles out?
Yeah, we're still pretty close, so I'm not really expecting this to be holding much, but really this time of year you never know. These Dorado have been just about everywhere, so the dog's emerging. He's perked up. Doug's fishing. Anything up there, Lucas?
It's a lot of glare, but I don't see anything.
There you go. Here they come again. They're under the boat again. Here they come. There's fish all over under us right now. Letting out the balloon rig here. We don't have enough, we don't quite have enough wind to fish the kite. So we're fishing just a helium balloon on the flyer right now, and we've got fish, big fish, really nice marks coming under the boat every five minutes or so here. And it's looking good. Just need one to eat this dang flying fish. I actually can't believe this hasn't gotten bit yet. Especially looking that good.
And then off of the stern, we have a blue balloon connected to what we call a backpacker. And
Oh yeah.
it's just you're fishing 2 different areas, not counting live bait. I think the wind died to like 1 knot. It's had not much.
Just barely enough wind to get this balloon away from the boat.
It was flat calm. I mean, it was glass. There was not even hardly a ripple on the water. Solid, almost just rivers of big bluefin coming out of the boat on the sonar.
We're gonna rig up a couple more flyers here. We've had some solid fish coming onto the boat. We've got a backpack out and a balloon rig over here. We're gonna rig these flyers up and just have a couple more ready to go.
Watch, if the wind comes up and it's blowing, 5-7 miles an hour, all these boats will have a kite up. So all just waiting for enough to they don't have to fight it diving back into the water. So
Hopefully they're hungry. It looks really good. Presentation looks beautiful out there. I don't think, oh, fish all over under the boat. There we go. 2 Jimmys ready to go. Sending Jimmy here out on the balloon rig. He looks good. Apparently the tuna don't think so yet so far today, but I'd eat that.
I bet we had those 2 rigs out for, I don't know, over an hour, and just steady fish coming out of the boat, and just couldn't get anything to happen.
We've had them, breezing around, puddling around. We're due here. I think we're in the right zone. I know that. They look like big ones, look like the right ones. We just got to get one to eat. I have a feeling that it's just a matter of time when these things decide they're hungry. It could get real good.
We fished the balloon rig in the backpack for a few hours maybe. We did have one strike on the backpack rig, didn't stick. Angled the flyer pretty good, so we know it was something worthwhile. Most likely a tuna.
What happened, Rich?
well, you saw something roll on it, and that's what's left.
Oh no. All right, well, we got a couple Jimmys ready to fly.
So it looks like you even had maybe some teeth marks up here.
Oh my God.
Where they hit it.
Seen that happen.
Wow. Right now.
I have never seen that happen. So far we're 0 for 1. We did get bit on the backpack. We saw the fish roll on the bait and let the bait sit out there for another 30 minutes. Well, shoot, probably 45 minutes. And it was just the head and wings remaining. So it could have been a shark. It was very likely tuna. I mean, we had tuna under the boat the whole time.
We know we had those rigs on top of fish. We were getting to the point where we were about ready to move on, get out of there, go try to find some new fish, try to find, do something else. And I think I stepped into the cabin and I'm sure it was dinking around on the sonar here. And I happened to look out the window here, and my balloon was almost submerged. So obviously knew we had a bite. You could see the white water still from the strike, and ran out there, got tight on that fish, and it was on.
We are tight on the balloon. Woo! Come on, Nick. Overdue.
Tell me if you get hot. I got a 5-gallon bucket of water here for you.
There it is.
Luckily, we got one to go.
It's a good one, boys.
All right, they are hungry. Sweet.
It's a matter of time. I mean, you can't have that many fish going to the boat.
Put 100 yards off the boat when it got bit.
Oh yeah, I freaking was in the cabin. I look out the window and the balloon's in the water.
A little sneaky bite.
Oh yeah. Has fish are just pulling the boat in circles right now. We knew it was a matter of time. We had, tremendous amount of fish under the boat all morning.
And we might need
Someone's gonna have to gaff it.
some help.
Maybe 2 people gaff it.
Oh yeah, this is a 2-gapper for sure. But be ready. We are full bendo here, boys. This is the lightest rail rod I have. Putting her to the test here for sure.
Woo, baby. Woo.
So rather long fight. I think I was fishing a little bit lighter rod than I normally would on the kite. I prefer a size 50 reel and a 4X rod. I think I had one of my 3Xs and a little bit smaller reel, which still up to the task. But obviously your rod is the biggest tool, right? That's what's really going to fight the fish and put the heat on that fish. And a little bit lighter rod, a little bit bigger fish, and I think it was a solid 45 minutes to an hour I was on that fish. It was just a mean fish.
Let us know what you need, Nick.
Oh, I'm good.
Relax. Oh yeah. She's a fighter.
Back to square one.
What is that depth on that fish?
Dude, you went back down to about 70.
Holy cow.
And the rubber band's a lot closer to the fish than it was because you not only pushed it down with
Deep
the tip,
color.
but then you brought it in.
See it?
Yes.
I'm looking straight down, the sun's straight up, and he looks like he's 45 feet deep.
Now you see him. He's laying sideways now. I can see him really good.
The circles are getting tight. Wind on.
So your rubber band's going to probably stop at the wind on. Go through the guide.
You ready?
Good, yeah, we're getting ready, dude. Get a good headshot.
I think he's double hooking Nick.
Alright, good.
It's a big fish.
Well, it better be.
No, it's a big fish.
Good one there. Keep it cranking. Keep it coming.
Yep, you got him in the mouth and the gills.
Probably one more lap, and then I want you to really crank and lift. You can. You might go another one.
Big fish.
Don't dig.
Sometimes all of a sudden they just pop up like a perfect.
Oh, dude. Mouth. We're gonna get him.
You're ready.
We're ready, Mom.
Ready? Got it.
Good hook.
Almost there.
Doug, watch
Nope,
that one.
nope.
Come on, boys.
Yep, yep.
I almost
Go.
I'd go, but he's elbowing me.
I can't drink.
Yep.
Hang on.
That fish is done.
Holy.
Hang on, hang on.
Nick, right here.
Get him on.
Let me get another guy.
Yep. Nice one. Right there.
Where? Take my gap. Take my gap.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Ready?
My hand was getting tension.
All right, Liam,
You guys ready?
Guys, yep, 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Okay, wait.
Come on, boys.
Drop.
Trouble hook is coming from my leg.
Woo!
Good job, Nick.
Look at my legs.
Hey, nice first one, man. Way to take him.
Come on, guys.
I can't.
All right.
Dude, that
another
guy's
player.
well
Ready to
over
go.
2. Dude, that was bitchin'. Woo! No, I'm just hey, nice one. Good stick. He was coming around, dude. I'm sorry. I was just like, Nick.
Done for the day. That was the longest I've ever been on a fish. Did not hook that on the right rod.
Pays off.
Long overdue, boys.
Look at that meat, dude.
This thing is, oh man. This is absolutely the biggest fish that's been on this boat.
This thing's huge. Look at that belly, dude. Look at that. How many inches, boys?
68 and a quarter. 68.
40, probably 49. Dog, I'm so smoked.
That was so rad.
200, that's what matters.
It was a beautiful fish. It was, I think it taped out at 205 pounds, so quality, awesome fish. Made that entire trip worthwhile. One fish will make or break your day, you know, especially of that caliber.
I look out and the balloon's just in the water. I look out and the pool's going in free school. And we were bit.
3X ain't heavy
Don't
enough.
fish the kite on your 3X. Use your heaviest stuff you got.
That was a balloon.
Yeah, that was the balloon. That is the first fish I've hooked on the balloon rig. There's just no wind today.
That was an hour fight, dude. At least, maybe longer.
That was too long.
Dude, you know it's already 12, 16.
We cooked that fish at, what, 11? 10:30. We're gonna get this bad boy gilled and gutted and then see if we can catch another one, I guess.
Yeah, I got dibs on a collar, man. I just set up my Traeger barbecue.
All right, it's all you, man. I'll come over and eat it with you.
Nice.
That's actually like my favorite part of those fish. Teriyaki on the
Yep.
collar. Just
Mhm.
glaze it. That'd be my favorite part of the bluefin. You think so? No, you like the belly.
Yeah.
You're big.
I'm gonna get that Toro.
Yeah.
Liver King says he likes the Toro.
Toro King. Look at
My
the
neck.
Good.
Yeah.
That's some good lean.
Toro King
That's
wants.
as good as it gets, so it's healthy for you.
Ugh.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go, Toro King. All right, over she goes. Oh!
Right there.
Lucas.
And take that rope.
Yep, ready, 1, 2.
We're gonna stop right here. There we go.
Nice.
In the bag. Great time. We
Yeah.
got one in the bag.
That went really good.
One in the bag. Let's get another. 7 more to go.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
We'll put that away. We're gonna get the boat situated, and we're gonna go try to catch or shoot another one of these things. So Rich is going out with the backpack balloon combo.
Oh, look at that. Look at that speed racer.
Look at him go. Woo! Go, Jimmy, go. Jimmy with the backpack.
It only works when they eat it.
Great trip. Awesome day. Hopefully the next one we can put a couple more on the boat, but we got one good one real good one that makes it all worthwhile. So Rich, Doug,
No, it was another great trip. Anytime you could come out in a big ocean and go in for fish that are large and get one,
bigger than
we
us.
did good. We did good. So it's a lot of work, but it was our only handicap today was just wind. It was too light of wind.
Lucas, before you hit the sack, and you did.
He's our diver today.
He did dive down. You saw a few fish.
We saw them underwater. First time for me this season. They were big, and we did not get skunked today.
It was a great day. Like Rich said, it's always great to be out here. Weather was perfect. Yeah, the wind wasn't there, but man, we tried everything from the spreader bars, which is not our favorite. Tried them. I hate them. Actually, we hate them. Spreader bars, sinker rigs, fly line, kite. I mean, we did everything. Mackerel we were using too. Almost even the slow troll. Like, we did everything we could other than the Mad Max. I don't even know if the Mad Max would have worked today, but yeah, it was just one of those days. I'm glad we're blessed to get a fish, and it was a fat one, man, big old belly. So, and it's kind of nice to see Nick sweat, because every time we catch a fish, he's always barking orders and stuff. So it's nice to return the favor once in a while. And yeah, man, it kicked his ass. So it was fun to watch that one. So,
All right, we're out of here. We got a long ride home, so we'll see you in the next one.
All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to rig this thing here, the balloon rig. Basically, you know, there's a lot of ways, different ways you could rig this. This is just the way that I prefer, the way that's worked the best for me over the last few years. The reason I prefer this method is you can actually reuse your balloon, get your balloon back, right? The last thing you wanna do is, you know, helium's not cheap. So if you're going through a balloon every time you get a bite, sending your balloon up to heaven, that's not the most economical way to do this, right? Time is money, money is time, and fishing's not cheap. So, but basically, it's going to start out with just your typical flyer rig. Same thing you're going to fish on the kite, right? You're going to rig this the exact same way. You're going to rig your flyer the same way you would if you're fishing the kite. Rig up your flyer. You know, attach your flyer rig to your wind on. Everything's crimped off here, of course. You can use the pigtail type connection, or you can use the big clip, whatever you prefer. With the balloon, it's best to probably use whatever's lighter. Then you're gonna go to your typical 200-pound fluorocarbon wind on. First of all, you're gonna blow up your balloon, right? Now, this balloon here is filled with air, and it's nowhere near the size that it would need to be. I wasn't gonna blow this thing all the way up. I probably would have passed out if I tried to do that, but you're gonna have your same balloon you use on the kite, and I'm gonna blow it up to about the same size that I would to put on the kite. There's a couple things with the balloon. It has to be, you know, big enough to where it's buoyant enough to keep the flyer presented correctly, and, you know, keep that flyer up, you know, on top of the water. So it needs to be big enough to float it enough, but also it has to be, you know, it can't be too big, or you're gonna run into, you know, potentially your flyer going up to the sky, which you don't want either. So it's gonna take a little bit of dialing in on the correct size for your balloon. One thing that I've found that I really like to avoid having to restart, pop your balloon and completely starting over, is these little plastic balloon clips. If you see it here, right here. So you can actually buy these on Amazon. You can buy a 100-pack of them for a couple bucks. They're really cheap. I don't typically use them if I'm using the kite. I know how big that balloon needs to be, and typically it's the same every time. But with this, you can actually take this off, let some helium out, put some more helium in, and get it dialed in so it's the right size and the right buoyancy. From there, you're just going to take 6 to 10 feet probably of 60-pound mono, just whatever you have laying around that's cheap, doesn't have to be any specific size. And then on the end of that, you're going to tie a snap swivel, just like this. This is just a cheap little snap swivel. So you can see it here. And what you're going to do with that is you're actually going to snap this right onto your main leader line, okay, right onto your wind on. What that's going to allow is for your buddy, right? So let's say you get a bite, you get tied on this fish, you're tied on the fish now. This is going to slide all the way back up the line to your rod tip. Gets to the rod tip, your buddy can simply unhook it, take it, put it back in the cabin for the next drift. Or what I would suggest always is your buddy grabbing a rod and sending out another flyer. Already have a couple flyers rigged up, always ready to go, and send out another one, right? Because typically when you're on these drifts and things are happening, they happen quick. You never know how long these bite windows are going to be. Sometimes they're only 30 minutes, sometimes they're all day. You never know, but it's all about capitalizing, right? And getting another balloon out there, another balloon rig, might get you another fish or two in the boat in those short periods. So that's the idea there. And like I said, helium's not cheap. You don't want to keep blowing up a balloon every time you get a bite. What you're going to do once you get this attached to your leader, you're going to tie it off with this is just a rubber band tied on here, just like that. Okay. And what that's going to do is that is going to stop your balloon from running up any further. Okay. And I typically tie the balloon off right before the end of the wind on. That's typically the heaviest part where your spectra is ran over your fluorocarbon, or if it's a pre-tied wind on, you're going to have that little bit of spectra, where your connection is. I usually put it, a little bit below that, and that's typically the heaviest spot of that line. So that's where I'll put that. I'll tie it off like this, and all that's going to do is stop, like I said, stop this from running up. Now, when you get a bite, what's going to happen is one of two things, right? Either this is going to simply, the pressure, right, the fish pulling down, you got that balloon on top of the water. This is either going to simply just push past the rubber band, or the rubber band's going to break and fall off, and then that balloon's going to go to the top. You can unclip it and fight your fish, do whatever you got to do. So another way you can rig this, which would be the way I did it in the video, which was more so out of haste than anything, is you can, if you don't have any swivels laying around, you just can't find them, whatever it is, you can simply tie your rubber band here to the end of the balloon line, right? And then tie the rubber band straight to the leader here. Now, just keep in mind, you're going to get a bite, that rubber band's going to break, your balloon's going to go to heaven. So, just another way to do it. If you don't have swivels, you can do it that way. I always prefer to do it this way because you will be able to reuse this balloon all day long. So pretty simple rig, honestly. It doesn't take a lot of parts. It's not as difficult as the kite or intricate as the kite. Very simple rig. This is something I think everybody should have in their toolbox. If you've never used it before, try it. It might be that one thing that happens to work that changes a very tough outing, or changes a skunk to a very good trip. Just like this video here, this trip here where we went out, and if it wasn't for this rig, I don't think we would have probably caught a fish, and we happened to catch another cow bluefin. So try it. Let us know what you think. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm not a charter captain running trips every day. So there's probably other ways to rig this, might be more effective ways. This is just how I've had success with it. Good luck this season. We'll see you out there. We'll see you on the next episode. And thanks for watching. Again, if you enjoy this, if it's helpful, we'd love to have you guys subscribe to the channel. And hopefully we can keep sharing some useful tips and rigs and stuff like this with you. If you guys enjoy seeing this kind of stuff, seeing the rigging, the stuff that's, behind the scenes that we're not always showing, let us know. We're happy to share more of this stuff with you. And if it's helpful and we help you guys maybe put a couple more fish in the boat, that's our goal. So good luck this year. Good luck out there. Thanks for watching.